Let's learn something really quick.
If you got the time, absolutely. And you got the discipline, there's no question about it.
I love that. Yeah, that's a great practice to put into your everyday life, you guys.
You generally regret the things you don't do, not the things you did do. Let me say it that way.
Mic drop. This was just awesome. I love meeting my guests in person, and it's a whole nother animal, and the energy is just electric. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. And we're back. As you can see, this is a familiar face. I'm not sure if you remember him from previous episodes, but Ron is now our resident wellness vitality expert. He is the founder and president of Superior Source Supplements, which we have some here that we are going to be talking about today. Ron, welcome back.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, let's do a flex for everyone and tell them that you just had a birthday. Look at that. Holy cow. What was your birthday? Do you want to tell them?
80 years old and still kicking. Working out twice a day. Having sex 4 times a week.
You got to throw that in there. But no, it's important.
That's the truth. No lie in here.
That's part of being vital. So
absolutely.
He is an expert because he has proven. If you look at this man, you can put stock into what he says and how he's been able to maintain his physique, maintain his vitality for this long in every stage of his life. So today let's talk about one of his supplements that I've been taking, creatine HMB. This is different than some of the products that are out there on the market. So Ron, why don't you just kind of do the brief intro to everybody again, since if they're just tuning in now, a little bit about your background in Superior Source, and then we're going to get into this creatine that you've...
Well, real quick, I wasn't a very good student in school. In high school, I was almost 19 years old, and I got set back even 2 grades. I started my vitamin company out of the trunk of my car. I used to worked out at a place called Gold's Gym, and I used to sell out of the trunk of the car to people. I would go around to gyms, and the health stores were just starting to burgeon, and they were very small, like the size of not like a Sprouts or a Whole Foods, which we do with all these people. And it just started from there. And then my dad, is being a first-generation Hungarian here, he worked very, very hard. And working so hard, he gave his health for his wealth, basically.
That happens to a lot of people, though.
You being an immigrant, you're just forced to work hard whether you like it or not to survive,
Yeah.
And they brought the people from the old countries, some from the concentration camps out. But, I had a good family raising. We were a middle-class family and had good values always. And I wasn't afraid of working. And I just started selling. And, I went to a small lab. I had some stuff made, and then I went out and hawked it out, and it's just a progression. Then my dad, worked so hard, he just got sick.
Yeah.
He lived to 94 years old. He still got sick. He ended up with a Parkinson's, with some heart problems. He was taking these little nitroglycerin tablets. They're very, very small. In fact, I'll show you. And he asked, son, can you make anything like this?
Yeah.
You could put 10 of these on a dime.
Wow.
And I said, that's a good question. So I really started doing a lot of research, and I found these machines that make them. They stopped making the machines at the turn of the century. So I had it rebuilt. It cost me everything I had to do it. And we started there in 1998 making Superior Source Microlingual. And then it just started to grow from there. I mean, I had like a 10,000 square foot place, and then we started manufacturing this. Then I went into a 100,000 square foot manufacturing plant. We got about 100 people. And I've just been plugging away at it. I still work. I don't have a lot of hobbies. I mean, I'm not a golfer, which I don't think is really great for your health, particularly all the torquing and the injuries. It's just mainly, I love going to the gym. I get up in the morning at around 4. I have a gym in my home. I'll do some cardio. I'll do some stretching. I will go to work after I eat a breakfast, and we'll touch on some food. And then I'll come back, and then I will actually do a weight training session after that in the afternoon.
And I love that. I love that schedule. And I think that it's important that you said that you do weight training. So you do a workout in the morning and then a weight training at night. And I feel like there are so much misconceptions, even now today, with all the data at our fingertips, everything we can tap into. There's so much knowledge and research. And I still feel like people don't realize the importance of weight training. Like, I am a weight trainer.
Resistance training. If it isn't that, that everybody wants to go to the gym, but bands will work. You got to start somewhere.
Well, yeah.
But the real start is controlling a lifestyle change in your food eating. It's all at the dinner table, and it's not that difficult. Diets don't work. It's a bunch of BS. If you want to really be honest, if you go on a vegan diet, which is a very low calorie diet, if you can get enough protein, that weight's going to fall off you like there's no tomorrow. Yeah. Everybody loses weight, and I mean a lot of weight, because a clean vegan diet, I'm not talking about eating stuff that's not good for you. Your calories really drop down dramatically, and you'll lose a lot of weight. And if you can spike it with a little protein, and maybe even with some fish, it's not a true vegan, but you're really, really going to have it made. But you can eat fresh food all you want, 4 to 5 meals a day, and you'll be lucky to get, on a vegan diet, I think you'd be lucky to get 1,000 calories, which is extremely low.
Yeah. I do a cleanse every January, and it's mainly like vegan. I was a vegan for like 10 years of my life before I like got serious into bodybuilding. And when I do that cleanse these days of just eating just strictly vegetables and being a vegan, I get super lean, super duper.
Yeah.
So you are 1,000% correct on that.
Very healthy diet. It's very tough, but if you kind of, I think if you can get 90% of it right, once you get going and you get that initial under control where you got the regimen, and you can, as long as you get about 90% of it right, you can eat, hey, if you want a glass of wine every day or a shot of tequila, no big.
Shots. I'm kidding.
No biggie. I mean, you got to live, but it starts really at that dinner table, and that's where it's won or lost. I see people going to the gym been there for decades, and they never change. And I eat good. They start rattling off what they eat. It's not so good.
No.
You can burn a lot of calories with exercising, but you got to put good food. It's going to work for you and serve you well.
Give us an example of one of your like meals that is strictly like, do you eat vegan like throughout the day, or because I know you talked about
I'm not a real tough vegan. Breakfast, I have some egg whites.
Yeah.
Have some fresh potatoes and fresh fruit and some tea. Then I'll take all my supplements and all that stuff. And then a few hours later, I might have, which is not a vegan, it's a whey protein, but it's still good and it's clean.
Yep.
And then maybe 3 hours later, I might even have another protein drink. And that'll go with sometime with a pea protein.
Okay. I don't like pea protein, but okay.
It's a vegan job, I know it's not for everybody. Well, there's so many choices. Don't give me the sourpuss. There's so many choices now. You want to go back 20 or 30 years. It was horrible. They can make cardboard taste good now. I'm going to rattle off Trader Joe's. He wants to get some good clean. They make wraps out of egg whites. Not real vegan, but it works. Lunch, I might have tuna canned.
Yes, me too.
I eat a lot of this hummus and baba ganoush.
Mm-hmm. Oh, love it. Love it. Yep.
Very, very, very low calorie. Even cottage cheese is low fat, very low calorie. I'm barely getting 1,500 calories a day. And dinner, I'll go have a nice piece of fish. Sometimes I'll have some buffalo. I'll have some pasta. I try to eat a salad every day. That's about it.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah. Drink water. I drink flavored teas, water, lemonade. We'll make ourselves.
Yeah.
Type of stuff. And it's just, you can order this stuff and bring it in. I mean, there's companies that deliver all of this type of food.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I used to use one of those services, but for me, I like to make my stuff fresh. What would you say to somebody that is like looking to make that change and are listening to this right now, and they've like really had like terrible diet, filling up on all the bad stuff, lots of carbs, high in fat, and they make this change to living a more clean lifestyle, eating the way you just said. And I know from experience, when you are going to cut from having, let's say, 3,000 calories, so much fat a day to 1,500 calories and way less fat a day, your energy gets zapped at first. It comes back, but I think that's where some people kind of lose their momentum and their drive and their focus on sticking to that healthy lifestyle, because they do experience that energy loss when they're switching over to a cleaner diet.
To answer your question before I do that, I think it's very important that you have a support system. It's somebody can encourage you.
Yeah.
We want to call a loving partner or somebody, hey, gee, you're looking great, keep it up, but nothing negative. Yeah, you go to the gym and what do you waste your time for? You don't need that. So a loving, supporting system from whoever it is. And another thing is not too bad we didn't touch on is the coffee, which I do myself personally before I work out. I take this keto protein, which is only...
And it's got collagen.
So I mix it with my coffee, and I'm ready to go. I'm fired up. The coffee, I only drink coffee, take caffeine is before I'll do a weight training session.
Oh, in the afternoon?
That's it. Only time.
What about pre-workout? You don't do pre-workout?
The problem with that, if it's not sugar, they got the artificial sweeteners, which I'm not in love with. They've got a lot of bad news coming out with that attached to Alzheimer's and everything. They got a lot. Dementia. A lot of it.
Oh, man.
I try to stay away from that, but mention those drinks. You're spending a lot of money on from some caffeine for 300 milligrams, which is a lot. A cup of coffee is about 65 to 100. Hey, if you want to go that direction, you can buy some caffeine tablets for 100 for $3 or $4 or $5. That'll give you a cup of coffee without no calories. It's just a sales gimmick. They put a little taurine, a little bit of amino acid, but nothing to really do much. It's basically chemicals and caffeine.
Now, that's very disappointing. I didn't know that because I do a pre-workout maybe a couple times a week. Not a lot because I can't have caffeine too late in the day because then I can't sleep. I'm very, very sensitive to caffeine. So now I won't be taking it anymore. That really stinks. I like that tingle feeling, and I do get a nice pump from it.
Try some niacin. You want to get that tingly?
Oh, my gosh. I've taken niacin, and I've actually played tricks on people with niacin.
Yeah, that'll give them a base. There's no real secrets to this, but just be very consistent in being disciplined. Discipline is a challenge.
Yeah.
And if you're disciplined, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be pretty successful at everything you try. You might not be the best at it, but you will be successful. I can pretty much guarantee that.
Yeah, I agree. Being disciplined is like a muscle. You have to work it, and you have to be mindful of just doing it anyways, whether you feel like it or not. That's what discipline is sticking to your goal, sticking to your lifestyle, sticking to making those good decisions, because it's so easy just to make excuses. What I call the little man talking shit in your head. It's so easy just to listen to that guy and say, oh, I'm just going to sit here on the couch and order pizza because I don't feel like it. A lot of people don't feel like it. Well, that's what sets a champion apart from someone who is not going to succeed.
Pretty much. Genetics play a lot in having a nice physique, but everybody can improve at any age. And don't throw in the towel because you're an old fart. That's all I can
No, definitely not. I think it's even more.
Do.
Yeah. I think it's more important to show up for yourself as you're getting older. I think that, the old saying, and I may have said this before, but I'll say it again. A body in motion stays in motion. If you can
rest, you rust.
Yeah. You know what? I just heard that the other day and I love it. You rest, you rust. I absolutely love that. It is so true. It is so true. Go ahead.
You gotta keep moving and be positive and have positive people around you. You don't want any negativity. You can't do this. You can't do that. That's not healthy.
Do you ever feel, Ron, like not motivated and then you just...
Never.
No?
My eyes are open, man. I'm ready to go.
That's amazing. Do you think that is because of your supplements and your lifestyle or what, or is it just your general makeup as a human being?
I'm afraid of missing something. Something might go wrong. Am I not going to look good today? I'm not going to feel good today. I know it makes me feel good. I only do it. I don't want to sound selfish. I only do what makes Ron happy.
Yeah.
This doesn't bother anybody. I'm not, getting anybody's space. It's all about me. I think everybody, human, deserves to give themselves an hour a day out of 24 hours. I used to say 20 minutes, but an hour. Just to do what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Good for you, and there's no negativity.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty important that everybody has that. I mean, everybody, especially the moms and the women, they got so much. They're much better people than men. Don't get mad at me, but they got so much responsibility. They're nurturers, they're givers, they're forgivers.
Yeah, I would agree.
You'll see a beautiful woman with a nothing guy, and you're trying to figure what the hell's going on. That shows you they're just good people. Otherwise, only guys with abs would get the good girls.
True, you're right. That's true because
I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but that's how I see it.
A woman that knows her worth is going to be with someone that treats her like a queen, princess, what have you, regardless of.
She's got to learn that well and be respectful as well. It's a two-way street, it can't be a one-way street.
Yeah.
But I think if you feel good about yourself and you have a person that's on the same page, makes things go pretty darn nice.
I agree.
It's not about money either.
No, it's definitely not. No.
You want to, like my dad gave his health for his wealth. He was forced to, like we talked about earlier. He was an immigrant from I'm a first generation Hungarian here, and when he just escaped the concentration camps by about an hour.
Wow.
He was supposed to leave. He was leaving Hungary, and the Nazis were coming to grab him to put him away, and he went to America, 19 years old.
Wow, that's amazing. So actually, I have some lineage to Hungary. I found that out. So just FYI, I got a little Hungarian in me as well.
There we go.
We're getting close here on time. I know we were going to talk about this creatine HMB, but before we start digging into that a little bit, I just want to tell the audience. So if you're tuning into this and you're listening to Ron as our resident wellness vitality expert, if you have any questions for him in terms of the lifestyle or the supplements that his company Superior Source provides, send us an email, send us a message on social media, wherever you find this at YouTube, what have you, on the radio, TV, wherever you're seeing this, send us a message. If you have some questions and you're wanting to make a change in your life, I'm sure Ron would love to hear from you, and we will address those questions in our next episode with him. Ron, I've been taking this creatine HMB.
I don't want you looking too good. I'm not going to send you anymore.
Okay, I'll try not to, but my whole goal in life is to get better, not get worse. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to continue to get better.
I put it in my protein drink.
Yes, so do I. Well, I was putting it in my pre-workout, but I'm not going to be drinking that anymore.
I forgot to check on. That's what I forgot. The real key too is, and you're guilty of it, and I hate to say that because you're my friend, you're not reading the label.
I didn't realize that it was that bad, and I usually read the label on everything, but I just wanted some pre-workout because I like that extra pump. I do take L-arginine. I do take some of that stuff for blood flow and things like that, which makes a difference, but I really enjoy every once in a while that pre-workout kick and the tingle and all that stuff.
They put some niacin in there too. It's not the end of the world. I'm just saying, I don't know. The major thing I really have to grind with it is the synthetic sweeteners. Long term will serve you if you're drinking them all the time.
Now I know. So maybe we'll have to dig more into that. I'll pull one of my pre-workouts out. We'll talk about that on the next episode so people can get an education.
When you buy any supplements, look at the other ingredients, the inactives. That has a little bit of stevia in it, and that's it.
What, this?
Yeah.
So for those of you that are just listening and not watching us, wherever you're finding us, we're talking about this creatine HMB, which is different than a lot of the other creatines out there on the market. Ron's going to explain to us what's so great, why it's important to take his creatine with the HMB in it, and what it does for you.
Well, the creatine we've already went over.
Yes.
For the dementia as well as just for building muscle. The HMB is to prevent you from getting sarcopenia, which is called muscle loss. And everybody starts getting it.
Yeah.
The major thing, you don't want to lose your bones and you don't want to lose your muscle. And this will help you.
You take it personally?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Every day? Do you cycle it?
And I take it pretty much about 5 or 6 days a week.
Okay. Yeah. I'm doing that too. Yeah.
I kind of give myself a break on Sundays,
Yeah. So if someone's just starting the creatine, if they're seeing this, they're like, okay, I want to try Superior Source, which is available on Amazon, you guys. So if you're seeing this, listening to this, and you want to try this product specifically, go to Amazon and type in Superior Source Creatine HMB. What would you say to them? They're just starting this out. What should be a good regimen to do when they start taking this for the first time?
Well, I love selling products and I like pitching them and all that. But the bottom line, you got to get that eating straight. If you're just going to eat any old junk you want and take some of this and, you're not watching what you eat, I think you're kind of wasting your time. I think it's an all comprehensive. I think you need a little move around, a little exercise, get the blood going. I mean, resistance training is supposed to help you keep your muscles and and create muscle on you. And this is we'll feed it. You got to feed it. Everything's at the dinner table.
Right.
I mean, you go to that gym and you go to the gym for an hour, you only burn a couple 100 calories, and you take a wrong bite of something, you're finished.
Yeah.
Get that eating under control. That's the hard part. You can teach a monkey to lift weights. Right. I mean, right or wrong, you still will get results. We can go into that in proper training, injuries, and so on and so forth. But
so let's assume that they made the change in their diet, and then they're just starting this for the first time. So you say you take a break on Sunday. So let's say they start this on Monday, and they put this.
I would use it every day.
Yeah.
If you're active, that's the whole idea, to keep you fit, put muscle on you and keep you from losing muscle. That's the whole game.
Right.
So when you get older, you don't want to get that stringy look, where you got a few veins hanging in your arms and skin and no muscle, and the bones are barely there. If you don't do resistance training, you don't keep your protein up, you're going to get that, whether you like it or not, man.
Yeah, I agree.
You need a gram of protein per body weight. I mean, every meal should start with protein, and then build fresh food behind it. Fruits, vegetables, rice is not a problem. Baked potatoes not a problem. Pasta is not. It's just in portions.
Mm-hmm.
Still low calorie, and this is called a supplement. It's an all. I love supplement, but it's not the end. This is not the end game. It's part of the game.
Part of the game. Agreed. And now, if someone starts taking it, I know in the past, like the label or the misconception was that you're going to put on a lot of water weight with creatine. No?
If you're prone to put water weight on, you'll put it on no matter what the hell you do.
Correct.
Correct. You need to drink water to keep them looking like you're bloated.
Yes.
You need water.
Right.
I can look at somebody and tell them, especially their legs, if they're carrying any water. That's some lack of movement. A lot of it is just some lack of movement. I mean, you got to start somewhere. If you're just walking, is great. And this product is wonderful if you start doing everything right. It's not going to be take this and everything's going to be wonderful and great. No way.
Well, nothing is like that, and people that sign up to that philosophy are going to fail miserably over time. The next fad that comes out. So I agree with you 1,000%. But I'm a big fan of this. I've been using it. I noticed maybe a slight increase in my strength. I've already have muscle mass, so it's keeping me where I want to be. And so I really like it. There's no flavor to it. So like I do mix it in my protein drink. I was mixing it into my pre-workout. Now I've got to change that. I wasn't know the way that you could put this in coffee, though.
This one for the coffee. This is a real.
Yeah.
And it's 80 calories, and you get 10 grams of collagen with the MTC fats.
Love it.
You just can't go wrong. I use it all the time. Amazon, all our stuff is very reasonably priced. Many of our 100 products sell for under $10. We are the manufacturer. We put out an absolutely tremendously clean product. Everything's lab tested. Either we do it or it goes out. I mean, I'm committed to quality because I take a lot of these products myself.
Well, clearly, and look at you. Well, Ron, that's it for today. So we're going to wrap this up and just tell the audience that he will be back. So if you have any questions or inquiries about Superior Source, his incredible lifestyle to make him look that great and stay vital, send us a message. We'd be happy to answer it on the next episode, which will be back in a couple weeks. So, Ron, do you want to plug Superior Source really quick before we say?
I'll let you do it for me, so I don't sound like a greedy money guy.
Well, I don't think so. I think actually you come across as very passionate about your lifestyle and how you feel that can help people. And the supplements is just going to amplify that. So
my real goal is, and my hero is Jack LaLanne. Wasn't about making money. This guy, and I'm trying to put out a message. If a guy like me can do it and make it, get into shape. Now, I don't have great genetics. Anybody can. Just take that step forward and clean up your life, and you're going to feel better mentally. You're going to feel better physically. You're going to look better. Everything's going to be better. 100%. Everybody.
Yes, agreed. All right, guys. So you heard it from our resident wellness vitality expert, Ron Beckenfeld, the CEO and founder of Superior Source Supplements. So if you are interested in those products, go check them out on Amazon. You can purchase there, or you can go to their website and learn a little bit more about some of all their products. Ron, until next time, it was great talking about lifestyle again, making good health choices and supplementing along the way.
Everybody have good health and take care of themselves.